Hello, William. I'm trying to open up the questions so we can see them. I have them volume. We just did Ricardo's question, and now we are up to having Kevin's question. Kevin, are you ready? Go ahead and read your question, please.
Kevin has a fish tank to fill with water. I can't really read it because it's small.
Okay, let's make it bigger, and then you can see it. I'm sorry. Oh, it's not. Hello, Yasmin. Did you get offline? That's okay, Yasmin. Go to McGraw-Hill and do some work on to do or learn lesson 18 when you get internet connection. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, Yasmin. Love you. Bye. Okay, that was Yasmin. Okay, now, Kevin, can you see it now, please?
Yes, I see it now. Kevin has a fish tank to fill with water. His dad told him to fill 2/3 of the height. What is the volume of the water? Is Kevin's fish tank in cubic meters after he fills it with water?
So right now you see the picture, correct? The tank is what is the height of the tank? What is the length of the tank? And what is the width of the tank?
The height is 6.
Bravo, that's correct.
The length, I'm pretty sure it is 2 and
Either
1/2.
2 1/2 meter. Bravo. And then what is the width?
It is 3/4.
3/4 meter. So what did the dad told you to do? What
Wait,
dad
what?
told you to do? What your dad told you to do?
Fill up the water. Fill it 2/3 of the height.
Are you gonna fill the whole height, whole 6 meters, or less than 6 meters?
Less than 6 meters.
Bravo, excellent thinking. So what you are looking for to find out? What it says you need to find out? What mathematical
Is my tank cubic meters after he fills it in the water? That's what
you needed to find. Yeah, you need to find a volume, correct? Okay, so let me just make that a little bit smaller now. So I'm gonna go back to your problem. I'm hoping then you will see now. And I drew it. So I drew this box that Kevin needs to. The first thing somebody needs to tell me, I'm looking for a volume. So what is the formula for volume? Somebody, go ahead. What is the formula for volume? Anileda, go ahead.
Length times width times height.
Length times width times height. Bravo. And then, so do I have, what is my next step? Anileda, stay with me. What is my next step?
Okay. Then you're going to multiply 2 1/2 and 3/4.
2 1/2 times 3/4. And then, what is the height?
The height is 6 meters, but
Am I gonna put
we're not.
6 there?
But we're not gonna.
What is,
We're not gonna fill. He's not gonna fill the whole thing. So
how much?
so then
How much? How
he
much
has
you need?
4 now. 4. At the
4.
height.
How did you get 4? Do you think 2/3 of 6? Is Do you agree with her, Alexander, that you're going to? She says you're going to fill the water till here, which she thinks that the height would be 4 meters, not the 6. So, do you know how she gets 6? How she gets 4 meters instead of 6? Alexander, or Kevin, somebody needs to answer me.
Mrs.Z,
Yes.
should I go to the reading?
Ricardo. Yes, 155. If you have a reading group, you can go right now. Okay, so she says he won't do this. He will do 2/3 of 6. And if we looking this last year, we were working on the this area. If we have a 6, look, and if we separate that into the thirds, into 3 equal parts, we will have 2 in each. So the 2/3 of number 6 is actually just 4, because it represents 2/3 of 4 pieces of 6. So part of a part, when I am reading this multiplication with the whole number, I am asking myself, what is a 2/3 of 6? And here is 2/3 of 6, because if I divide 6 into 3 parts, each part will be 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But I only need these 2/3 of the number 6. And that is, if I cut number 6 into 3 pieces, and on a picture here, you can see the whole tank was 6 meters, all the tank like this. But when I cut it into 3 pieces, it would be a 2 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter. Look, 2 meter, 2 meter, and then 2 meters. That would be making 6 meters. But his dad says, take only 2/3 of the tank and put it with the water. So that's why we have to multiply by 4. And then please do not forget that our values are meters, meters, and meters. So Anileda said that she would like to multiply 2.5 times 3/4 first. Or we can even do 4 times 3/4. Either way, multiplication commutative property works. So, and Marcos, help me to multiply this, what Anileda says. How I'm going to multiply 2.5 times 3/4. Where is it? What strategy I can use?
What?
How you would multiply 2.5 times 3/4?
You would multiply the whole, or you would multiply 2 by 3 and 4.
Okay, 2 times 3/4, and then plus what?
Plus 1/2 times 3/4.
Bravo, that's right. 1/2 times 3/4. 1/2 times 3/4. And then I will leave the times 4 still there. Okay, volume equals. Okay, now somebody else can help me continue. Lower the tone, please. Thank you. Where is Kevin? Kevin or
I'm right here.
Ananda? Okay, Kevin, what is it? 2 groups of 3/4?
Do I multiply?
Yeah.
Okay. It'll take me a minute, so yeah.
Just think logically, mister. 2 groups of 3/4. 2 groups of 3/4 are this. 2 groups of 3/4 is equal to what?
Two 3/4.
2, 3. Look, this is one group of 3/4 plus one more group of 3/4 is equal to how many fourths? Here's the 3/4.
I accidentally added it. Wait, again. I'm sorry.
But you should add 3/4 plus 3/4. What should be 3/4 plus 3/4? Somebody else help him there. Come on, guys. Yes, you can do it. Go.
6/4.
How many fourths?
6/4.
6/4. Bravo. It is, look, 3/4, 3 of these size, 3 of these size pieces, plus 3 more pieces of the same size makes the 6 of the same size. 6/4. So that will make 6/4. That's right. And then what would be 1/2 times 3/4, Alex? Think about numerator times numerator, denominators times denominator.
It would be 1. Wait, hold on.
Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator.
Okay, it would be 3 and 3/8.
3/8. Bravo. Excellent. That's right. Okay, and then we also have to multiply. Still, we have to add those together. And then we have that 4 at the end to multiply. But now you needed to know how to add the 4s and the 8s. Okay, they're not the same size. They're not the same size. So you have a 6/4 and you have just a 3/8. My concern is, do you know how to add the fractions? They are not the same size. Apparently, the 8s are smaller than the 6th. The 4th, sorry. And then you have here, you have 6 of those. And then you have only 3 of those. But they have to be the same size in order to being able to add them. How I have to change one of the numbers so they both have same denominator. What do I do? Aniletta,
Yes.
what do I do to add 6/4 plus 3/8?
You multiply 6/4 by 2.
Yes. By 2. Bravo. So that means in reality, I'm going to take each of these and I'm going to cut it in the middle and make a 2 of those. Look, because it was really 2 8s can fit into 1/4. So when I cut 1/4 into 2 pieces, I can make 2/8. That's in reality what is happening of each fourth. On a paper, you multiply by 2, and then you change the value. You become it's not change the value, it's just the change the size of the pieces. Now I will have a 12/8 instead of 6/4, and I can add to it 3/8, and I still needed to multiply by 4. So volume is equals. Now, what is a 12/8 plus 3/8? Who knows the answer? Yes, Anila.
It's 36/8.
Oh, is it 36? What is 12 plus 3?
Oh, I forgot. I thought we were multiplying. It's 15/8.
15/8. And finally, I need to multiply by 4. So right now, I'm going to change that 8, the whole number, into the fraction. And that will become what? What is 4 times 15?
Are you asking me or someone else?
Anybody who is willing to, what is the 4 groups of 15? 60, bravo, Alex. And then I have a 60, and 1 times 8 is 8. And now you just needed to tell me what is a 60 divided into 8. So if we do that on here, what number can be multiplied by 8 and it gets closer to 60? What is 8 times 8? What is 8 times 8? Somebody answer me there, please.
64.
64, that's too much. Look, 64, I have 60. So it cannot be 8 times 8. It can be lower than 8. What would be that?
7.
8.7.
Yes, because 7 times 8 is 56. And then when I subtract, I will have a 4 left. So practically, I will have a 7 wholes and I have 4 eighths left. But also 4 eighths, I can see a 4 eighths as what? If I have 4 eighths, what I will have?
1/2.
1/2, bravo. So that's the final answer. It's that 7 wholes and 1/2. So practically we come up with he will have 7 meters and a half, 7.5 cubic meters to fill in with the water. So if we go back to our problem, this will make here 7.5 cubic meters. Here, Kevin will put 7.5 cubic meters in that pool. Okay, so that would be your this, because he needed. So this is how it looks like 6th grade question. Of course, it could be done much differently if you choose to do the different way. So I'm gonna just quickly go back and plug the same problems. So we are looking for volume. Now look at the other idea, and it says length times width times height. So we have that our length was 2 1/2. and then width was 3/4, and that was a 4, and the height was 4. That's what we decided. So when we look there, you can use a commutative property. So I would really like to switch these around. So I'm going to do 2.5 times 4 first, because I can do that. If I change that, I will have 2.5 times 4, and then I will do last times 3/4. So this helps me to, because I can do distributive property, and I can say 4 times 2 is 8, and then 4 times half, 4 halves. Is somebody know what 4 halves is gonna make? If I have a 4 halves, 4 groups of half, what do I have really? What do I have if I have 4
2 holes.
4 halves? 2 holes, yes. So this is already making me, so I know that 4 halves will make 2 holes, so you practically get 10. And all I need now to multiply by 3/4. So if I go further, this would be a 10 times 3/4. 10 times 3/4 is really 34/4. Look, 30/4. And then I will get again 7 7.5 my answer. But I want to show you that if I go different way, if I say 10, make it as a fraction, and times 3/4, I can look across and I can simplify my problem right there. So I can see that 1 and 3 are not related, but I can make it smaller or simplify it 10 and 4. What number I can divide both to make it smaller, so I don't need it to deal with the big numbers? What can I divide the 10 and 4? Which number is would be their greatest common factor? Come on, Kevin, what number I can divide 4 and 10 by? Sorry. Do you see what I wrote? Yeah. Can I divide 4 into 2 pieces?
Yeah.
Can I divide 10 into 2 pieces? Yes. So if I divide 4 into 2 pieces, I will get 2. And if I divide 10 into 2 pieces, I got 5. So now I can make it smaller. So I will get 5 times 3 is 15. And 1 times 2 is 2. So I will get 15 halves instead of 34, which makes the same, because look, 2 times 7 is 14, and then I will have one half left, because look, if I have 15 halves, 15 of these halves, I can make 7 holes from it, because 2 times 7 is 14. 14 halves will make 7 holes, and then I will have 1 half left. So my final answer would be 7.5. So this is just like to show you the different approach from which angle you start. This was the same problem as was this one, but this takes us longer to figure it out compared to this one. So you always have a choice to try different ways and make more paths. What your brain tells you that I figured it out that like, oh, 4 groups of 2.5 will make me actually 10 total. Look, just to thinking 4 groups of 2.5 will make me a 10. And that's what the the all beauty is when you're using your brain to try different ways to figure it out, answer. Okay. Thank you very much for everyone who participate, who did their best, who tried to answer with me. Thank you.